What is our best form of protection? How do we protect ourselves from negativity? The answer is positivity. Yes, it is that simple. Being positive is our strongest form of protection. What do I mean by that? Many of us may think that we are being positive because we're nice, we are kind, loving, compassionate. Yes, all of those are wonderful ways of being. But if we feel that we're being attacked by negativity or overwhelmed by challenges, and we may say, I'm doing all these good things, I'm being a good human, then why is this happening to me? This is the question that many people ask when the so-called negative events happen to us. Why is this happening to me? When we feel that way, this is the perfect time to take some time out and pay attention and bring our conscious awareness to what it is that we're thinking most of the time. Where are we functioning from when we're not in that place of love, joy, and compassion? Self-inquiry is a powerful way to diffuse any negativity, because everything is happening because of who we are within. So if we are being that love, joy, and compassion 20% of the time, and 80% of the time we are being something else, then we are only going to attract 20% of more love, joy, and compassion. And the rest 80%, we're going to attract more of what we have been in that 80%. And this is why self-inquiry is such a powerful tool for us. You see, positivity is not just about being kind, loving, compassionate. Yes, all those are a must. Yes, we must be all of that. But it is also about diffusing that anger when it gets triggered. So when we start the process of self-inquiry, we can ask ourselves, is anger being triggered within me most of the times? What am I doing in that 80%? Am I living in fear? Am I worrying about this, that, and the other? So if our 80% is filled with anger, fear, worries, resentment, grudges, then that's what we are going to attract more of. It's a simple rule. It's a simple rule that this universe functions in, that what we are is what we attract. So positivity is also about diffusing that anger when it gets triggered. It's about releasing that fear when it rises within. So if we understand this simple rule of paying attention, so if we use this self-inquiry as a tool to keep a check on ourselves as to what am I doing most of the time? Am I being in the place of positivity? Being love, being joy, being kind, being all the wonderful things, and also diffusing the anger, releasing the fear, the worries. If I'm able to keep a check on myself, that what am I doing, what am I being most of the time, 80% of the time, 90% of the time. And if my dominant energy is all of that, then that's what I'm going to attract. So it's a simple rule. So if things are happening to us that we think are negative events in our lives or challenges in our lives, then that's the time to sit down, take out some time and see, where am I functioning from most of the time? And that's where you will find the answers. Because what we are, our vibration, is what attracts. And so if we can successfully remain and function from that place of positivity most of the time, we are not going to attract anything negative. We're just going to attract what we do most of the time. And it's that easy. And the other way to protect ourselves is thinking well for others. You see, a lot of times people, unbeknown to them, unintentionally, do not think well for others. For example, some people would go for a job interview and they would hope that the others don't get the job because I want the job. Or some people would go for house bidding with an interest to buy the lovely home that they had been dreaming of, and therefore they wish that they get the house, not the others. But the thing is, when we are not wishing well for others, that's what we are going to attract. Again, it's a simple rule. What we're feeling within, what we're wishing within, is what is going to come to us. So instead of not wishing well for another, in such scenarios, the better thing to do is to expect the same thing for them. If you are looking for a job and you want to get a job, then the better thought process is, I wish that I get the perfect job for me, and I wish that the other candidates also get the perfect job for themselves. You see how easy it is to think well for others? So when you're thinking well for others, your body is vibrating positivity. If you want to buy the house, you can do the same thing. I wish that I get the perfect home for me. And I also wish that they get the perfect home for them. So instead of saying, I want it, therefore I hope they don't get it, instead of saying that, if I'm wishing well for myself and I'm wishing well for others, you are just functioning from the place of pure positivity. So this is what I mean by thinking well for others. When we function from this place, we are just functioning from a place of pure positivity, where negativity cannot get you, simply by the law of the universe, because what you are is what you attract. So it is a very simple law to live by, very easy. And once you know this, you can play this game of life really well. So anything that happens to us, life is a mirror. If we take the time to just stop and do a self-inquiry as to, where is it coming from? Why have I attracted this? Rather than holding someone else responsible for it. Because if you hold someone else responsible for it, if you are angry and you hold someone else responsible because that person has done this to me and that's why I am angry, you have given your power away. You have given your happiness away to the other person. But instead of that, if we just stop and think what it is, where it is that I have been functioning from, that I have attracted this, and this can be a powerful transformational tool for you, so that you can teach yourself to diffuse that anger anytime. Let go of those fears and grudges. You're thinking well, wishing well for others, and you are just functioning from pure positivity because you are not putting a blame on somebody. You are not holding someone else responsible. You are just accepting, knowing that life is a mirror. Whatever happens is happening because of what I am within. And when I function from this knowing that life is a mirror, then it is very easy to diffuse that anger instead of blaming, instead of holding on to it, letting go of those grudges, those resentments. And then you can come back to this place of pure positivity. And how wonderful is that? So when you know how to do this, and you are in that place, functioning, vibrating that pure positivity energies all the time, or most of the time, then you are only going to attract positivity. And then soon you will realize that you are living in this beautiful bubble of protection, that no negativity can get to you, simply because you have learned to go within, to look within, and to change yourself from within. And when we change within, the outer world changes. And that is why positivity is our strongest form of protection, our ultimate protection.